Morning. My name's Kyle Walgren. I'm the CEO and founder of Edsoma. Edsoma is a voice recognition technology that I created during the pandemic in order to help my kids stay aligned with reading and on their reading journey. I'm a parent that doesn't come from a very strong reading background, so it was important to me to make sure that my kids had the resources to stay on track. Since then, I've been able to work with multiple teachers and grow our product from a user-based product for people like myself that can't read to help teach children how to read or help guide them in their reading journey into a very useful product that a school and a teacher can use for tracking performance and help identify solutions for that student to be able to grow. I've started by sharing the user experience. You'll see on the top left hand here that this is my user network. This is myself and my children. This allows me to be able to read with my children, even if I'm not with them in person. We all know that the reading journey takes three people to be involved for it to be successful. The kid has to be able to want to learn and read, be interested in the content. In order to keep the child interested in the content, we have over 12,000 titles under contract and we're onboarding new books every day. But then we have to have the teacher teaching the tools and resources, teaching them the right things and providing them tools and resources in order to be successful. And then where we find through our research where that breakdown is taking it home for the most part and having it put back in front of them and recreated for those students to be successful. So what we did is created a video streaming platform for parents to be able to call in. Maybe they're working third shift, which seems to be happening more and more. They're not at the house to be able to help their kids stay on point. So they have the ability to call mom at work, or maybe it's grandma at home. But maybe if neither of those resources are available, they can call their class and be able to engage with other students through their reading journey. We've made it simple. You'll see the user experience. The search column allows you to search your favorite books. And then you can, of course, scroll through that topics library and join your favorite book and start reading and following along. I think that it's important to highlight the ease of use behind the product. We wanted to make sure that we could use this for anybody, but we have focused on kindergarten through third grade. We do have content that will go all the way up into eighth grade, but in the meantime, right now, we're focused on kindergarten through third, just because we felt like that was where the biggest breakdown was happening and the kids that needed the most assistance to catch up. But we are able to provide the right content for all the way up through eighth grade. So I'm going to move over to the teacher's dashboard here next. I wanted to show you this, how easy it is and the convenience behind it. We do have all these widgets up top here that you're seeing that are adjustable based off of how each teacher wants to see this. We set it up for ease of use. You can change the coloring, you can change which data points you're seeing there, and then we have the ability to adjust on how you want to track each student's growth. You can see your classroom at a glance here. You also have the ability to export your reports or email them to whoever might need them as well. This shows you the class. The red are the students that aren't meeting the minimum requirement time to be able to grow. We all know that 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week will increase a child's reading level by a whole grade level in 8 months. So that's how we built our program, is to try and drive children down the road just a little bit at a time. We feel it's important to hit little goals in order to keep them on track. We have the ability for teachers to set what they would like to see those trends here. Those trends follow their classroom performance. They're able to see if that student's trending up or down. They're able to set these students up under different colors as well to see to be able to see at a glance what they're focusing on and where they're needing the help the most. And then we have the ability to track assignments, and then which books are trending within their class. We also have the ability to jump in a little deeper and see each student from a student level. We track multiple different data points. We can see all the books that they're reading. We can see how they're doing within that book reading journey. We also are the only program that we know of that can provide an oral readability Lexile score in real time, which I'll show you here in a moment, where we can provide the teacher or the school or parent, for that matter, the information on how their kids are trending. We wanted to make sure that people had access to those reports as often as needed in order to track trends and growth, instead of just being able to do it, the standard 2 to 3 times a year in testing. We wanted to make sure that you had that ability whenever needed. We also have the ability to see their growth up here in this purple box. This is the average of how they're doing. And then we also took it a step farther where we can actually break down the phonetic growth behind all the words and reading. And just keep this chart in mind when I play the Boy Named Bob reading test. This is actually the phonetic breakdown of how that test went for my daughter. We've also set it up so you can set this performance graph up and you can see how that student's doing at a glance as well. We have this set up so you can change your views. We've made it simple, whether you want to see it in grid view or list view. You can change your classes here. Maybe that teacher's working with multiple classes. And then the ability to print or export these reports as well. The other thing that we've made it is so that each teacher can set up groups. She can color coordinate the groups, like I was mentioning earlier. And then she can assign homeworks to those groups. So if she wanted to assign Olivia here a certain type of, homework, she can select on Olivia's picture and that group, and then select content based off of recommendations for each individual student. We've designed it so the reading is designed individually, based off their needs and interests, so they can stay engaged. And then there's the standard setup page here as well that allows teachers to make adjustments to their profile. I did mention earlier a reading test. This is one that our baseline reading test, each student will do this when they log into their portal this year. So after the class is onboarded into the program, each student will log into their device and they will be started with a reading test. In this scenario, we've provided this reading test to give you a presentation or a demonstration of how that reading test works. The numbers you're going to see adjusting on the right aren't there because we don't want to cause confusion, but they're just for presentation so you can see how the reading test is done. And the
Once
data
there
that we
was
collect.
a boy named Bob. He lived in the woods by a creek. Bob liked to play in the mud to get cool. He would get very dirty. One sunny day, while he was playing in the mud, he met a friend named Friendly Frog. Every day, about 6 in the morning, they will get up and would get cool in the mud. One day, while they were playing in the mud.
So right there, I'll pause it here. This is how my daughter, who's 8 at the time of this test, did in that test. You can see that she substituted a couple words and she mispronounced a couple words. We also tracked insertions and omissions, but then all of these other things down here, right down to porosity, which is the emotion behind reading. And then what we did was provide an oral readability Lexile score so we know where my daughter's at based off this piece of content in this reading level. We do have multiple different reading tests for each grade in order to give each student a different opportunity to be successful. We wanted to take or eliminate the feel of being tested and make sure that each student had the ability to do that from almost anywhere, just so we can make them as comfortable as possible. One of the things that we're pride ourselves on in our testing is that it takes away the human component from grading. Now it's no longer a matter of opinion on what individual believes that they heard that student say. We operate at a 97% accuracy behind our testing, and it's all standard to the platform, not based off of what we believe we hear in an individual setting. Different things are going on at all times when these tests could be taking place, and teachers only have so much bandwidth in order to do the testing and also keep an eye on class. Now we're also noticing a lot more new teachers coming into the workforce. So this just makes sure that those teachers that didn't go through those teaching programs or reading programs have the resources and solutions they need to be successful as well. Now, from there, they would log into a book from our library, which I showed you with their simple ease of use. This is my older son now, he's 10, and this is him reading a book called 10 Little Squirrels.
10 little squirrels.
As he reads, the words turn green, letting them know that they're getting them right. That instant gratification feeling that we also need.
The second one said, a man with a dog.
As he continues to read, you're going to see us fast forward through this book to where there's a small mistake. It's in the word they, but pay attention there.
And 10 little squirrels off they did run.
You'll see that it turns red, letting them know that they didn't get it right. He said the word was they. So we do operate at a very high accuracy. After the book's done, we do have comprehension tests behind a lot of our content. Like, we found that the students that we did our testing at Binghamton really enjoyed the testing. And one of the things that we really loved about Binghamton is we found kids that weren't necessarily readers early on in our program. And because we started allowing them to select the content that they were interested in, they really did become readers. At a start, they were averaging about 5 minutes a day in reading when we were told that they would be doing 30 minutes a day. But by giving them content of interest, they've actually progressed, and now we're seeing them on average at 27 minutes a day. So that's really fun to see the growth. And then we also track the metrics behind that. So I'd mentioned earlier that in the reading test that we were going to hear, you'd hear my daughter's fluency report, and this was the fluency report again, based off of her reading. So you can see how the words are broke down. My name's Kyle Walgren, and I appreciate your time behind this video and joining us on this journey. If you have any other questions, please reach out. I'd love to visit with you. We are offering this product in your area, and we'd love to get it in your hands. So thank you, and have a blessed day.